Welcome back to our channel, where we delve deep into the nuances of British politics. Today, we're addressing the shifting tides in the political landscape, particularly focusing on Labour under Sir Keir Starmer's leadership. With recent local by-election results raising alarms, many are questioning whether Labour can hold on to its influence as we head toward the next general election. Join us as we unpack the latest developments, explore why Starmer might be feeling the pressure, and discuss what these changes mean for the future of British politics. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit the like button to stay updated with our fast-growing community. The political climate in the UK has been particularly tumultuous in recent years, shaped by shifting allegiances, voter discontent, and the rising prominence of new political parties. With the Labour Party historically holding sway in many regions, the recent local by-elections have called this dominance into question. The public sentiment appears to be in flux, with increasing dissatisfaction directed towards both the major parties, Labour and the Conservatives. In the wake of the July 4th general election, Labour was expected to capitalize on its victories. However, the reality has been starkly different. Starmer's leadership has faced criticism from various fronts, and these recent by-elections reflect a growing unease among the electorate. The party's struggles are evidenced by the loss of council seats, particularly the recent defeat in Bilston North, where Labour faced a surprise upset by Reform UK. These developments indicate a potential shift in voter loyalty that could have significant implications for the party's future. Local by-elections have historically been viewed as a barometer of public sentiment, and the results from these recent polls have been troubling for Labour. The loss of the Bilston North seat to Reform UK highlights not just a tactical failure, but a deeper crisis of confidence among voters in traditional Labour strongholds. Anita Stanley, the Reform candidate, secured 652 votes, nearly 200 more than Labour's candidate, illustrating the party's waning influence in areas once considered bastions of Labour support. This election was not an isolated incident. It fits a troubling pattern for Labour. Over 100 council by-elections since July have resulted in Labour losing approximately one-third of the seats they were defending. This is a striking contrast to the party's expectations and signals an urgent need for introspection and recalibration. The loss of 21 councillors is alarming for a party aiming to regain its footing on the national stage, especially with the Conservatives gaining 14 seats in the same period. The electoral successes of Reform UK raise essential questions about Labour's strategy and messaging. If the party fails to address the issues that resonate with voters, issues that Reform UK has effectively capitalized on, it may find itself further marginalized. Voter sentiment appears to be shifting, with many seeking alternatives to the traditional two-party system, which complicates Labour's path forward. The emergence of Reform UK as a significant political player has introduced a new variable into the equation. Under the leadership of Nigel Farage, the party has harnessed discontent with mainstream politics, positioning itself as a voice for those feeling ignored by the establishment. The recent victories in local elections signal that Reform is tapping into a growing desire for change among the electorate. Reform UK's messaging resonates particularly with voters who feel that both Labour and the Conservatives have failed to address pressing issues, such as immigration, national sovereignty, and economic instability. The party's emphasis on these themes has attracted attention and support from disaffected voters across various demographics. In the context of Labour's recent losses, Farage's commentary on the political landscape is particularly telling. He has framed the victories of his party as indicative of a broader political tsunami that could redefine the UK's political fabric. The defections of councillors to Reform UK further suggests that dissatisfaction with Labour is translating into concrete electoral gains for its rivals. This dynamic forces Labour to confront not only the realities of its electoral strategy, but also the foundational issues that underpin its support base. While Labour grapples with its setbacks, the Conservative Party is navigating its own set of challenges. The internal dynamics within the party have shifted, particularly with the recent leadership changes. The ascension of Kemi Badenoch as the new leader has sparked debates about the future direction of the Conservatives and how they can effectively respond to Labour's decline. Some Conservatives believe that Labour's losses could play into their hands, providing an opportunity to consolidate their voter base. However, the party must be cautious not to alienate its supporters, particularly as discussions about immigration and Brexit dominate public discourse. The Conservative Party has been criticized for its handling of these issues, leading to calls for a clearer, more decisive stance to regain voter confidence. The party's commitment to remaining in the ECR, European Conservative and Reformists, has raised concerns among its base, particularly regarding policies around immigration and criminal deportation. This internal struggle reflects a broader ideological crisis within the party as it attempts to balance the expectations of its traditional supporters with the need to appeal to a broader electorate. As we look toward the future, the pressing question remains: can Labour regain its footing before the next general election in 2029? The current trajectory suggests that if the party does not adapt to the changing political landscape, it may struggle to maintain its relevance. Starmer's leadership will be scrutinized as he attempts to navigate these turbulent waters. Labour's ability to connect with voters who feel disillusioned is crucial. Addressing the concerns that have allowed Reform UK to flourish will be paramount for Labour's recovery. The party must present a clear, compelling vision that resonates with the electorate, offering solutions that address the current economic and social challenges facing the nation. Moreover, Labour needs to strengthen its grassroots connections and ensure that its message is effectively communicated to potential voters. The upcoming years will be pivotal as Labour seeks to rebuild trust and confidence among its supporters while also attempting to win over those who have turned to alternative parties. The shifts in the political landscape are not only relevant to Labour and the Conservatives, but also reflect broader societal changes. The rise of Reform UK signifies a growing appetite for alternatives to the status quo, which could lead to a more fragmented political environment. As more voters turn away from the traditional two-party system, we may see an increasing number of voices and parties enter the fray, complicating the political landscape further. These changes carry significant implications for policymaking, governance, and public discourse. As new parties gain traction, established parties may find themselves compelled to address issues that they previously overlooked or dismissed. The need for effective communication and engagement with constituents will be more critical than ever as parties strive to remain relevant in a rapidly evolving political climate. The consequences of these developments will extend beyond electoral outcomes. Policies related to immigration, healthcare, education, and the economy will be influenced by the shifting allegiances and priorities of voters. Political leaders will need to remain attuned to the concerns of their constituents and adapt their strategies accordingly, ensuring that they address the realities faced by everyday citizens. Political changes invariably impact social dynamics as communities grapple with the implications of new leadership and policies. The rise of parties like Reform UK signals a shift in public sentiment that could influence societal attitudes toward various issues, including race, immigration, and national identity. As discussions surrounding these topics become more pronounced, the potential for societal division also increases. The rhetoric used by political leaders can have profound effects on public discourse, shaping how individuals view their neighbors and communities. As parties like Labour and the Conservatives respond to the challenges posed by reform, they must be mindful of the language they use and the messages they send. Building a cohesive society requires sensitivity to the diverse perspectives and experiences that make up the fabric of the UK. Furthermore, as political engagement increases, the public may become more informed and involved in advocacy and activism. This grassroots mobilization can lead to meaningful change, pushing leaders to prioritize the concerns of their constituents. The evolving political landscape presents both challenges and opportunities for civic engagement, fostering a more informed and active citizenry. As we look ahead to the next few years, the future of British politics remains uncertain. With the 2029 general election on the horizon, the current political climate will undoubtedly shape the strategies and approaches of all parties involved. How Labour, the Conservatives, and Reform UK respond to the changing dynamics will be crucial in determining the outcome of future elections. Voter engagement and participation will play a significant role in shaping political outcomes. As citizens become more aware of the issues at stake, their involvement in the democratic process will be essential for holding leaders accountable. Political parties will need to invest in outreach and communication strategies that resonate with voters, ensuring that their voices are heard. Moreover, the potential for new parties to emerge cannot be overlooked. As voters seek alternatives, the political landscape may continue to evolve, leading to a more diverse and dynamic array of choices. The competition among parties could foster innovation in policymaking and governance, ultimately benefiting the public. If you've enjoyed this in-depth look at British politics and want to stay updated on the latest developments, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Join our growing community of viewers who care about the future of the UK. Share your thoughts in the comments below. Do you think Labour can turn things around, or is it time for a new direction? Thank you for watching, and see you in the next video.